Zuck has done it again, boys. The Quest 3 is out. GTA San Andreas VR, it has to be canceled. There's no way that it's not. There were a lot, and I mean a lot of just stinkers at this showcase, and most importantly, they announced the biggest part of it an hour before the show. Marky Mark, it's that time for me to be upset with you again. So the Quest 3 comes out in the fall, an announcement I'm sure we were all totally expecting to happen. I mean, I know I was looking forward to this announcement 1000%. Please don't look at my Twitter account. We got this pretty cool announcement trailer that really gave us some clear insights about this headset, full color pass-through redesigned controller. I don't really like talking about hardware on my channel, so I'm moving along. But this was the gaming showcase, so what games did we get? Well, I'll tell you one thing, Mark Zuckerberg is 2-0 on disappointing. I wasn't expecting too much, just some title drops. I don't know what happened with this whole 43 games they were on about for the next headset. Beats fucking me, dude. I'll just say what games I'm looking forward to later, but again, 2-0 Zuckerberg. The Quest Pro announcement got to me, and this one was just as bad.
You are dirt! You make me sick, you big baby!
Look, I usually try to throw some meme with Gary's Mod or Red Dead 2 about promoting the Discord. Arthur, join the Discord. But we have a lot to talk about this week. My computer broke and I'm editing this off a very weak laptop. I currently want to die. My index is borderline useless right now. I'm having the time of my life. Please join the Discord, sub to the Patreon. There's some cool rewards there. I'm gonna pet your dog now. Let's just fucking move. So at the showcase, we got a couple good game announcements. Since I primarily focus on games I'm playing in VR, this should be a good idea of what videos you might see from me later on this year, especially if my dad sends me a little Quest 3 my way. Love you, Dad. See you soon. Let's see, a mech fighting game where you fight other mechs in an arena setting that you can also use your beaten off arms as weapons to fight your enemies. This trailer looks sick. The art style is futuristic and I like it. Titanfall VR just dropped. I'm calling now. I can see my video. I'm editing it now as we speak. Now, if you didn't see the show, I don't know why you haven't. It's a pretty good show. This game has you as the main villain of said show. I don't know why they would pit you against the main cast because we already know what's going to happen to the main villain of the show, but otherwise should be really cool, I'd say. I'm pretty neutral on this, and if me saying I'm pretty neutral on this doesn't tell you how bad this showcase was, I don't know what will. Assassin's Creed Nexus is Assassin's Creed Nexus. There's no gameplay other than some leak a while ago. I hope Ubisoft sees this video and decides, wow, that guy's really cool. Here's a demo for our game. And then I say, thanks, Boo, and give him a kiss on the lip. I'm more just excited about getting AAA developers working on something in VR with a franchise that's already solidified itself in the gaming scene. But moving along, Arizona Sunshine was really popular back when VR was still a f***ing infant. It's a zombie shooter and it looks really good. I didn't play the first one if you can't tell, but regardless, the sequel not looking too bad. Might have to call myself, but I'll probably be saying you'll probably see a video from me. Sure. And of course, Asgard's Wrath 2, the first game. I also didn't play, but I digress. The rest we have football, tennis, Ghostbusters. I didn't watch those movies. Yeah, cool. Ghostbusters.
I cannot be more excited.
This is the worst!
Quest 2, the metaverse data tracking Mark Zuckerberg having. Why do I have to spend real money on customizing my avatar? Can you please release OST 6 already? I'm trying to beat my VR before the Quest 2 was nothing like it is now. You like Super Hot? I like Super Hot. Yes, I'm casually ignoring Boneworks and Alex, but that's besides the point. Sure, we already had the Quest 1 and the CV1, technically the Valve Index if you really think about it, but only by a few months. And of course the HTC Vive and a few others. What the f am I? The history channel? Basically before the Quest 2, minus the exception of the Quest 1, VR was either cheap, really boring tech demos with something like Gear VR or Google Cardboard, or the same AliExpress mobile VR you could find at Walmart, or it was the highly expensive, needs a gaming PC to connect it to, out of reach for most people, again, tech demo. Before you go ape in the comments, yes, I know good games existed before the Quest 2. It's for the plot of the story. But the Quest 2, I believe, arrived at the right place at the right time. Suddenly, wow, we're all inside. Me personally, I was the class of 2020 who didn't get a walk at graduation. I will never shut up about that until I die. But right when people were really starting to get annoyed with being home all day, Quest 2 pops, and everyone is playing in VR. Even outselling the Xbox Series X, which I'm sure we've all seen this image like a million times, so I'm moving on. But that moment, everyone playing VR, outselling mainstream consoles, this ultimately changed VR forever. I mean, obviously, this never happened before. Sure, there were some problems and some bigger problems, but ultimately, this was an industry-defining moment. Not only was the hardcore enthusiast in VR, but so was some 12-year-old who got bored of Roblox. See, I didn't say Fortnite. Now, sure, we're in 2023 and the Quest platform is just really not doing well at all. Love you, Mark Zuckerberg. Please send me a Quest 3. Also, all the metaverse you can give me. But the Quest 2, in my opinion, is exactly what VR needed. Sure, it's a potato when it comes to performance. It definitely has its fair share of problems. But it solved the main problem VR had. Players. Sure, PC VR had players, but realistically, it's nothing compared to the Quest 2 numbers. It's why most of the time in my videos, I feel like talking about Quest 2 numbers is cheating because of course everyone is on the Quest 2. Whether you like meta or hate meta, like the Quest 2 or hate using one, you gotta give it some props. It swung hard at VR and it hit. I owe the entire start of this channel to the Quest 2 because even though I had tried VR before the Quest 2, like many others, this was my first headset that I ever owned. It's nothing compared to literally any other headset, but it's everything in the big picture of VR. Quest 3 looking real good. Sells well. Can't wait to headshot children breachers. That was a good voice crack. Tell your aunt I like her baking. And thank you to our mega rich patrons, Greg, Gain, Vexy, Denasi, Only Mints, and of course, thank you to our budget friendly patrons as well. Mark, if you're watching, or anyone at Meta, I just want to say, I really like your company. Please send me a Quest 3. Thank you. Love you. I'll give you a firm handshake. So if you didn't know, today Apple released their headset. Speaking as this is a gaming channel primarily, I don't really care about it. It looks cool. I'm not hating on you if you care about it, but it's just how the f do you play video games with no controllers, Apple? What the f?